This is Keep Calm and Mother On, a special series brought to you by Everyday Motherhood, and I am Christy Thomas.
Thanks, Lucy.
You're welcome. Also, that was my ukulele.
Way to go, kid. Way to go.
It's Friday, April 10th. I am so excited to showcase and host all the tips that moms around the world have sent in to me through the SpeakPipe website. Thank you for showing that we're better together and that parenting is too serious to do alone. I firmly believe that you're the right mom for your kids and your kids are the right kids for you. We've got this. Today's tip from me is to build community. Reach out to a neighbor. Leave a sticky note on their doorway and ring the doorbell and back up 6 feet away. Let them know that they're not alone, especially if they don't have young kids in their house right now. Now, let's keep calm and mother on. Here are your tips from around the world.
I guess my biggest advice to other moms is do what works for you. If a routine really works for you, then great. That's not really working for my family or my kids. I have elementary school kids. So I really try and focus on the everyday activities that can just help learning. So I'm an occupational therapist, so I'm always dissecting what different skills, different everyday activities are doing. So something like baking. Baking is using math and following directions, and it's doing chemistry and thermodynamics. So if you can't sit down and do a math problem or anything like that, bake brownies. It engages with your kids. I always look at what is important to each person to make it work. Sometimes it's just snuggling. And that's super important as well. And staying connected with friends and family, both virtual, like through phone conversation, through video chat. That's helped my kids immensely deal with this.
Hi, this is Susan Weisbauer. I'm the author of The Well-Trained Mind and also the Story of the World series. I'm at home now with my 19 and 23-year-old. My 26-year-old is living in Richmond with spouse and child, and my 28-year-old is in LA, all the way across the country from me and running a high fever. So this is a rough time for all of us. I think the number one tip for you to remember is that the next 3 months don't matter for your kid. Whatever they do over the next 3 months is not going to make any big difference in what happens in the rest of their lives. I actually pushed my 19-year-old pretty hard to keep up with her dance, and she finally turned around and said, "Stop telling me I know." And I realized she doesn't need to dance right now. She needs to survive. She needs to live. She needs to cope. She needs to be with her family. So it's not going to make any difference in a year that she did not dance in the next 2 or 3 months. Breathe, give them some space. They can rot their brains. They can run around the house like crazy people. Do what keeps you sane, but don't fall into the trap of thinking that what you do over the next 3 months is going to make some huge difference in what comes next, because it won't.
We're all home together at this crazy time, but being together doesn't always mean connecting. Here's a little tip to help you connect multiple times every day. It's called Random Touch. Here's what it looks like. Your child's sitting on the couch, watching TV or using technology, and you sit down next to them. Don't say a word, just pat their knee. When they look at you, look at them. Smile, get up and leave. When you're walking down the hall and a child's coming the other direction, reach out and brush a shoulder, ruffle the hair, and you'll go on. A random touch takes very little time, uses no words, and really makes a connection. Your child's doing their chores, the dishes, they're feeling a little upset about it. Walk in, rub their back, give them a smile, and walk on. That's all it takes. You can do a random touch with every child 3 or 4 times a day and use no time.
Hi, I'm Misty Winkler from Simply Convivial. I help Christian homemakers organize their attitude so they can organize their life. You can find me on my blog, Simply Convivial, podcast, YouTube channel, or Instagram. During these times of uncertainty, we need to remember that we can organize our attitude. We can deliberately and intentionally choose our thoughts, set our minds on truth. Whenever fear or doubt creeps in, we don't need to reason with it or explain it away or answer it. We can simply pray about the issue that's vexing us and then change the subject in our own heads, what we're thinking about. We don't have to engage the fear or doubt and overcome it with willpower or logic. The response of faith is to pray, to turn those concerns over into God's hands, and then move on with whatever small obedience is in front of us to do. This can be a great time to practice praying over our feelings and giving them over to God, and He will use it for our sanctification. We can repent, rejoice, repeat.
Hi, beautiful women. This is Lisa Byrne from Well Grounded Institute. When Christy asked me to consider one tip I would send out there for moms right now, it would really be just to regularly pay attention to all that you're managing, to all that you're feeling, to all that you're holding right now, and give yourself regular check-ins to process and release everything that you're holding on to. It's impossible, I think, especially at this point and where our world is, to not be experiencing and taking in a whole lot of stress and overwhelm. And even if we're filling our days with gratitude and special moments with our family and focusing on the positive, we're still taking in a lot. We're still receiving and holding a lot of anxiety and worry about the future and stress. So what I would just offer is to recognize that and give yourself regular check-ins throughout the day to honor where you're at and to really process and release that stress so you don't hold on to it and push it down.
I hope that this episode gave you exactly what you needed for today. I'm going to take a big breath in and process my stress. Thank you for being here. And if you want to participate in this movement, check the show notes for the link, but really you just need to go to www.speakpipe.com/everydaymotherhood and you can record your own 90-second message for all the moms of the world. Want to chat about today's tips? Go check out the Facebook group, Everyday Motherhood Fans. You'll need to know that I run every day to get in. Thank you, and I'm glad that you're here.